spot with publishers. Having seen how peer-to-peer, P2P, file-sharing services like Napster had disrupted the music business, book publishers were anxious about embracing a technology that might allow customers to pirate their intellectual property with impunity. Then there was the question of profitability. The publishing industry wasn't quite sure how to make money by selling digital files instead of physical books. Every e-reader development team faced the same conundrum. On the one hand, they needed a device that would make ebooks profitable for publishers and prevent consumers from infringing on intellectual property rights. Unless this was done, publishers would have no incentive to modify their internal processes to make a critical mass of ebooks available. On the other hand, consumers wanted not just a pleasant reading experience, but a purchasing experience that was convenient, fast, and flexible. Sony's fix for the portability problem was to force users to download every title from their PC with a USB cable. However, this was just one of many unproven solutions. And it wasn't enough to pry publishers away from their venerable business model. Besides, given the inconvenience of the Sony download process, many people simply preferred to keep buying hardcovers and paperbacks from their local bookstores. At first, the Amazon team planned to build a device that also required customers to download titles from a PC with a USB cable. But Bezos pushed back. Here's my scenario. I'm going to the airport. I need a book to read. I want to enter it into the device and download it right there from my car. To achieve instant downloads, the device would have to be wireless. So Amazon partnered with Qualcomm to build a system called WhisperNet, which would give Kindle users free 3G connectivity to download books from anywhere, almost instantly. Compared to the Sony Reader, the first Kindle was unimpressive. It was larger, heavier, and had an inferior screen. However, it did solve the portability problem for publishers because users could download books only from Amazon. What was clearly a constraint for users was an advantage for publishers because it offered strong anti-piracy protection. Amazon's sophisticated digital rights management system prevented users from sharing their books with friends or other devices, or even from connecting to a printer. At the same time, the purchasing experience itself was much faster and more convenient for users. Just as important, Amazon solved the profitability problem by initially subsidizing ebook sales with profits from the Kindle device. Amazon ebooks were a loss leader, but Amazon's hefty payments to publishers gave them the incentive they needed to crank out hundreds of thousands of Kindle titles. Sales of the Kindle were explosive. Despite its aesthetic shortcomings and $399 price tag, the entire inventory sold out within 6 hours of its debut. From there, Amazon took the lead so quickly that every other competitor was left choking in its dust. Amazon triumphed. And it triumphed with what was, in some respects, a weaker device. But as Bezos observed, this isn't a device, it's a service. While Sony had engineered an incrementally better product, the performance gains were quite conventional because their new offering was itself the product of conventional thinking. Meanwhile, by reconceiving the entire publishing ecosystem, Kindle became the one-stop shop it is today. A mobile store that offers millions of people instant access to millions of affordable ebooks. And the Sony Reader remains nothing but a footnote in the history of innovation. The Beginner's Mind. Alien Thinking is not a story about Bezos, Amazon, or Sony. It's about the underlying reasons for innovation's success, and sometimes failure. It's a study of what drives successful creativity and innovation, and it presents a model that can enable you to systematically generate one breakthrough solution after another. Sony designed an elegant device, but Amazon devised a novel solution. It was less a battle of competing technologies than a contest between conventional thinking and original thinking. The orthodox approach works fine much of the time.